Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new season of the Teacher Surgery podcast. Let's go. All right, as you know, it's a brand new season. We've got brand new topics and we've got brand new guests. And today we're going to get stuck right into it, okay? So we're talking about, actually, I forgot to introduce our lovely members, actually. Do you understand? Yeah, we've got Bola, we've got Sabina, and we've got Nyasha in the building. Let's go. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise.
The boss.
All right. But anyways, let's get into it. So today we're talking about staff conflict.
Oh, wow.
Conflict. What do teachers beef?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Is it?
They beef.
Because the teachers beef.
Is it? I thought you all got along. What's going on?
No.
You know,
It's
I'm
a
on
weird
Try.
species. That doesn't
Yeah.
teachers beef.
I think in any school or college, we're people, we're human beings. There's always going to be conflict, even in your departments. Somebody's going to say something to you which you don't like. So there's always, but it depends on how far it goes. I think conflict, there's nothing wrong with having conflict because that's how we grow, that's how we develop. But when it turns to bullying or ostracizing someone or putting more pressure on someone because you don't like them, so you make their life hell as a line manager or as a manager or in any kind of position of authority, then there is a massive problem. So yeah.
I find it's very common within partner teachers. Like they pair teachers up, don't they? Like
Yeah.
2 year 2 teachers, year 5 teachers.
Oh, is it?
To do the curriculum. And I find that sometimes you're lucky you'll get someone you get along with.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just
Okay.
So you just have to deal with it.
What is a teacher conflict?
That's
Like,
a good question.
what is? How do teachers clash?
It depends.
How do
doesn't it?
teachers clash?
Yeah, because you could be. I could be. I think one of the worst things is like if you're actually teaching, that's got to be the worst. If someone comes in and demands something, you're teaching, and then they come in and say, "Miss So and So, why did you say?" Or something like that. They're thinking, "What?" And that, it kind of obviously your professionalism. Sometimes can go out the window because the next thing you know, you're rowing with that teacher instead of actually the teacher calling you outside to discuss something. But I've seen cases where teachers are getting violent, wanting to bump each other. Yeah, I've seen it go that far.
I would say, though, I think the dynamic is set by the leaders.
Yes.
So I've been in that position myself where I'm a teacher and I've had a new manager starting. And what sometimes they will do is they will pick favourites and then that causes a rift in the department. Or you might have a leader who's very inclusive and wants the best for everyone and doesn't have, because they say don't lead with fear or favouritism. And that's my favourite saying.
That's it.
Don't lead
Love it.
and fear it. Do what needs to be done, but also don't lead with favouritising some people in the department because that causes a
That's
rift.
the hard part.
Yeah.
And with my current team, it's I feel like I get along really well with them. I'm very lucky to have the team that I have, but that's come from wanting the best for everyone and not trying to single somebody out, even if person A is leaping bounds ahead than person B, because teachers are at different places and their experience and where they're at. You can't expect everybody to be performing at the same level. So you as a leader, you've got to be really mindful of that your personality and your leadership has an effect on everybody else. And then there's been leaders who have just point blank, singled out members of staff in the department, which is horrible. And as a teacher, you're trying to protect yourself. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to go with the leader and be on team leader. Or actually, no, I'm going to stand up for what's right and wrong. So this member of staff is being subconsciously being bullied. Consciously, subconsciously, don't know. But there's an implied bullying going on there because they're not as getting those outstanding results, that teacher training and as committed because there may be other priorities that they have and they're trying to balance more in their life. So it's just really tough, the position you take and the sense of humanity as a leader that you choose to take. And with my role, I've always done that. I've gone right from teaching to being like a curriculum team leader to then curriculum manager and now I'm the director of one of the colleges.
Amazing.
And my stance, I always say, whenever I go into SLT or to board, I always say humanity comes first. Humanity comes first, because I've seen how much it can take a toll on staff members. And I think the people I work with have great things to say. I'd like to think so, but it's just, I think the leaders have a
This
much
topic
more
is making me have a little bit of empathy for teachers more, because imagine having students who can be really mean, and you're already in conflict. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking it's one of those ones where you lot as teachers, we are united against the students. Not against, but we are a united front. But then it must be so emotionally draining to have that kind of toxic office environment. And not to let it seep into the students too.
Especially, and I've witnessed where teachers have been right. So I could have a class.
Yes, yours is the last word, by the way. So wrap it up,
fine. I could have a particular class, and for some reason, the students just love me. They just respect me. I get on really well. And then Sabina walks in, and that same class, for whatever reason, absolutely has no respect for Sabina and does everything, and they're climbing the walls literally. And then I'm like, oh, what's wrong with Sabina? I'm thinking there's
you got a chip on your shoulder.
Instead of mentoring her and saying, Sabina, I do this with my students. Maybe if you try this. Instead, I go to Boller and say, that's Sabina. She can't even teach. Look at her. And then it becomes, and then someone else says, what's up, and then it goes on from there.
It's a class difference as well, isn't it? I've got a DARE, I've got a PGC, I've got 8 years experience. There's always
and then
class pressure as well.
But the thing is, it then becomes a conflict because I'm putting pressure on you there. You're literally being traumatized in the classroom, and I'm not helping you because I am so arrogant and think, oh, I'm brilliant and she's useless. And some teachers do that. Some teachers play off on each other. But the last point I was going to quickly just say is that I was at a particular school where the headmaster used to call us in. And this was it's one of the most toxic places I've ever worked, and I never want to go back. I was even offered to go there. And this particular headmaster would call meetings and would just literally tear into people. She would just continuously tear into people and make everybody feel really, really depressed and down.
That's
and
so
then
sad.
It ended up causing conflict with staff leaving, teachers leaving, all because of the way she used to speak to staff. And she would call out staff.
Okay. On that note, we are a little bit pushed for time, and thank you. That was a really hard topic, but thank you again for staying tuned until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and just be part of our community. Thanks again for an amazing episode of The Teacher Surgery. Let's go. Next time.